Mexico City. They're the only team in the SFL that's held Christian Christensen to less than 300 passing yards this season. Tallahassee. They're the only team that hasn't lost this season. The 9-0 Tallahassee Pride take on the 5-4 Mexico City Aztecs as tonight we honor Argentina on the field. It's the Aztecs and the Pride, and it's next. Welcome to Mexico City for tonight's game between the Tallahassee Pride and the Mexico City Aztecs. I'm your play-by-play commentator along with Stephen Mullinex, along with myself. Welcome everybody to the SFL Network on Twitch TV, presented by 8-Kid Music. How you doing, Stephen?
Stephen is glad to be here because this is going to be a prime time matchup, one I've been looking forward to. Boy, it gets no better than this, SFL Nation. The Tallahassee Pride and the Mexico City Aztecs getting it on Sunday Night Football.
Prime time. Down to the field for the coin toss.
You ready? How you been? Gentlemen, please make your call. We'll take heads. Heads it is. We'll take the ball.
Wow, no surprise there. Tallahassee Pride win the toss. They want the football. Cole Varner's got the ball on the tee. There's only one unbeaten team left. Show up in prime time tonight. Cole Varner, throw it away. That's a Thursday night weekend.
Christensen leads the SFL with over 3,700 yards, 35 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Cam, this is the best scoring offense in the SFL, and it's not even close.
3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield, a nickel set for Mexico City. Handoff goes to the fullback, Caleb Connolly, smacked down by Jack Brown. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Conley, one of the best fullbacks in the league. It's a sneaky little play that they run here. They run both backs. Both backs are capable of getting big chunks of yardage. Expect to see a lot of that duo tonight, but just not in this particular play.
2nd and 8, 4 wide for Christensen. Back to pass for the first time tonight. He'll step up in the pocket. All kinds of time and nearly throws an interception. That was Landon Mack. The Mack and Jack attack are out early, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, normally you don't want to give a guy like Christensen that kind of time in the pocket. But this defense was in place to make a play on the ball, and that particular player's got the speed to cover from sideline to sideline. He's able to knock it away.
4 receivers. Duke Wilson is at the bottom of the screen. Back to pass. Christensen on 3rd down all day. Outside looking for Gossett. He was out of bounds. And Tallahassee goes 3 and out. How many times has that happened this year?
Not very often, Cam. And you know what? The team that they have struggled the most against, Mexico City. That's right. Last time these two played in Week 6, Mexico held this a very potent passing offense to under 300 yards. The only team to do so yet so far.
Vancouver Legion subscribing with Twitch Prime. We appreciate that. And hey, we want to let you guys know, hold on to your bits tonight. We don't want to see your bits. We want to see those next week and in the future, as we want to be able to properly reward you for your bits with some awesome stuff that's coming your way through the league as Dijon Swan returns that up to the 39. So again, hold on to your bits tonight, and we'll roll out those bit details next week in Discord and on our website, simulationfl.net. We just don't want them to go to waste for you guys. 1st and 10 at the 39 for Matt Wilson. The Aztecs offense is on the field for the first time tonight with 3 wide receivers, 2 off the left side, handoff to Ray Bentley up the middle, and Bentley's going to be smashed by Norwood and Hale, a loss of 1.
Yeah, the last time these two teams played, Mexico City actually took the ball and took it to the air on this Tallahassee Pride team. That's a good strategy. This defensive line is monstrous. We'll tell you how much after this play.
3 receivers for Wilson. Nickel set for Tallahassee. Wilson changing the play at the line. He's going to drop to throw. Quick out route to the near side. Caught by K.L. Barrett. Picks up 4. 3rd down and 7 coming at the 42. Michael Sprouse in off coverage.
Yeah, this defensive line is dominant for Tallahassee. It encases 3 of the top 5 sackers in the league on this line alone. 4 of the top 7. These guys go after you.
Stephen Molinex, the legend. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. 3rd down and 8 as Wilson's pass is short over the middle. Fighting for the 1st down. Richard Montague won't get it. 4th down and 2. He doesn't show up till the 4th quarter. The legend, the 2-time champion, Thomas Paternitti's in the chat tonight.
Whoa! Hey, we bow to your greatness, sir. Great to have you back. And man, anybody who got to see his team's plays, they remember what a dynamic offense that he ran. Very reminiscent of what Tallahassee does.
It's 4th down and 2, and the Aztec offense is on the field. Would they dare go for this here? Down to 9 on the play clock. And looks like the Aztecs are going to burn an early timeout. I'm really surprised. Although Mexico City's probably trying to get into Tallahassee's head a little bit here early.
Yeah, but Tallahassee's probably the best team to handle that kind of situation. They've basically got 4 first-rounders right on their defensive line. These guys, they've been trained their whole life not to jump in those situations. Very smart, high football intelligence. Pays off right there, and Mexico City is going to have to punt, squandering a really good opportunity where their defense held Tallahassee to 3 and out, which is rare.
Tallahassee averages 38.44 points per game. That is 10 points more than any other team in the league.
It's ridiculous. It's such a vast canyon of offense.
4th and 2. The Aztecs punted away from the 16-yard line. The Pride's Kenny Stokes up to the 20. 8:44 to go in the 1st quarter. And that's where Christian Christensen will start his 2nd possession. Tallahassee, if you're joining us just a little late, went 3 and out on their 1st possession.
And Christensen has a couple of the league's best, maybe the 2 best wide receivers to throw to in Gossett and Wilson. Let's see if we can take advantage of them here.
3 receivers for Tallahassee, and Christensen is calling a different play. 4-3 up at the line for the Aztec defense. As Christensen will drop 3 steps, fire it short, caught by Gossett. Got a block from Wilson. What a beautiful play design as Gossett gets to the 41-yard line for a Tallahassee 1st down. That was perfection.
Woo! We talk about rub routes. That's not even a rub route. That's just excellent play calling, excellent drawing up that play. Just a great job of the coaching staff. And the receiver was just in perfect position, Gossett, to make that block. And you know what, Cam? Not all wide receivers are good blockers. They're Gossett, super solid for being the best wide receiver in the league.
4 receivers for Tallahassee, 2 split out wide either side. Christensen deep down the middle of the field for the 1st time tonight, caught by Wilson. Down to the Aztec 35-yard line, tackle made by Devin Cabrera, and Tallahassee's revving up that offensive engine.
Yeah, Wilson is known as a burner. This guy will stretch the field vertically, but he can also run the full route tree, underappreciated. This guy can run every route that you want him to, and he's a crisp route runner, and he shows it off there.
A shout out and a happy birthday to cornerback number 38, Fran Agawa, one of the few Argentinians on this Mexico City Aztec squad. Happy birthday, bud. His birthday today as the handoff goes to Inyola for the 1st time tonight. He picks up 4 before Landon Mack puts him in the dirt. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Inyola had a really good game. The last 2 these teams matched up. 138 yards and a touchdown on 22 carries. That was back in week 6. So Inyola definitely part of the game plan tonight.
Tallahassee in field goal range. Be about a 48-yarder from here. 3 receivers for Christensen. He'll hand it off again. That bouncing off of a tackler is Conley to the 23-yard line. 1st down for Tallahassee, and this offense seems just fine after the 3 and out on the 1st possession. Oh my God, Jack Brown. Didn't see that the 1st time.
Yeah, it just, the thing when you get with these fullbacks, and especially Conley here, the furious rushing style. This guy meets force with force, and he showed it off right there.
Empty set, 3-2 dime look for the Aztec defense. Back to pass, Conley all day again. Deep ball, cut, touchdown. Touchdown, Pride, it's Ken Gossett. What else is new?
Hey, easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby. You give Christensen this much time, and he's just lethal. And Gossett, one of the best wide receivers, if not the best wide receiver in the league. It's just, it's not even surprising. It's just so common for these two to hook up. 17 now, 18 touchdowns on the season for Gossett. Just an amazing year so far. And we've still got a couple games to go.
How about this? Christensen now has 36 passing touchdowns this season. And each of his 2-star receivers on the outside have 18. Those are the only players he's thrown to in the end zone. It's incredible.
Right. It is, and they're 1 and 2 in the standings. Actually now they're tied for first because Gossett's got 1. That gives him 18, and Wilson's got 18. So these guys have been going back and forth, and you know what? The record books, it's going to be the ones that's going to be the most affected when these two guys are finished.
Receive live scoring updates from the Score Stream app. Download the app today on Android or from the iOS store as Mexico City's Swan gets it past the 30 to the 31-yard line. And now it's up to Matt Wilson. We need to see a little bit more out of the Aztec offense. Ray Bentley pretty quiet so far.
Yeah, for them being champions, it's been a struggle this season for Mexico coming off their big title win. But the one area that this Mexico City Aztecs offense does really well is in the least amount of offensive turnovers with just 8, and that leads the league.
And off to Bentley up the middle. Hale catches him from behind. That's a 5-yard gain up to the 36-yard line, and Taekwon Hale's been very active here early.
Yeah, this entire defensive line is just monstrous. The sack leader, and there's 3 of them in the teens. Hunter Norwood, the defensive tackle, leads the league right now, 15.5 sacks.
And off Bentley, 2nd and 5, not much. Hale will come over again to assist. That's a pickup of 2. Alex Bond on the tackle, 3rd and 3, coming up for Mexico City.
Handling a team like Tallahassee is really a quandary. I mean, offensively, they're going to throw it all over you. It's an aerial assault every night. And on defense, this defensive line is just puts so much pressure on every area of the offense.
Out to Bentley, got to make a man miss. He will not. The gang is coming. Loss of 1, 3-and-out Aztecs, and the Pride defense gets off the field.
Yeah, that's, clearly Mexico wants to go through Bentley. And, he was their beast last year. Number 4 in rushing yards this season with 1,197 yards and 8 touchdowns prior to coming into this game. But clearly, Tallahassee's defense is keyed on Bentley tonight. They're going to have to go somewhere else if they're going to beat Tallahassee.
Tallahassee's defense not too shabby either. They give up 22 points a game. That's 8th in the league from the 25-yard line. Stokes not much after that with 5:17 to go in the first quarter. And now a word from the SFL.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action. Here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
Christensen's pass caught by Wilson on the outside. Pickup of about 15 yards. We'll bring up 1st and 10 to the 45-yard line. And Christensen has not missed a pass since that missed 3rd down conversion on their first possession.
Yeah, we're talking about a guy with elite arm strength, Cam. He throws with anticipation and timing. This guy's just absolutely the best the league has to offer right now. Is playing on a really high level.
4 receivers for Tallahassee, 3 off the left side. 5 in the box for the Aztecs, down 7-0 early. That's not where you want to be against this Pride squad. Christensen steps up in the pocket, throws, caught! Oh my! Ken Gossett! What a beautiful pass over the outstretched arms of Devin Cabrera. That was sexy.
Yeah, this guy, he's able to hold his water in the pocket, Cam. He will stand and deliver in the face of pressure, and he delivers a dime. And when you've got Gossett out there with that kind of body control and that kind of catching radius, amazing big chunk plays can happen.
100 bits from True Shot Caller, 7 from Football Dude 93, 100 from AJ Pick 6. Again, we'd like you to hold on to your bits tonight so they can be part of the rewards program. But if you want to spend the night, we can't stop you. We appreciate it. That's a sack in the backfield on Christensen. That's a 6-yard loss, and the sack comes from big number 93, Alan Romero.
You know what, Cam? I'm going to disagree with you about this bits thing. I earned 275 bits this week just watching about 8 or 9 ads, so it is really easy.
How about that?
It was really easy, and so yeah, hey, if these guys want to splurge on our broadcast, I'd say let them do it.
All right, okay, all right. 2nd and 16 at the 39-yard line. 4 receivers for Christensen after the sack. Now Christensen set up throw, and that's another missed opportunity by Landon Mack. He's had 2 fall off his hands, and now it's 3rd and long, and Christensen only needs 1 down.
Yeah, that's an unusual position for Christensen to feel that pressure like that, and just got rid of the ball just a little, just didn't put enough on it here. Obviously got knocked, and it affected the pass, but yeah, you got to make that read just a little bit quicker. And a gimme interception there dropped by the linebackers. How many times have we seen that?
3rd down and 16. Boy, you got to play disciplined defense right now if you're Mexico City. Don't give up anything long. Christensen back to pass against the 3-man rush, going deep down the field. Caught again by Wilson down to the 10. How do you let that happen?
I just don't think they can do anything about it. You know, that's the thing. They're just so in sync right now. These receivers and this quarterback, they have the best chemistry in the SFL, and it shows right there. That's a back shoulder throw that Duke Wilson has to actually turn away from the quarterback to see and grab, and he grabs it with ease. The way that he tracks the ball as a deep threat, Camp, it's just amazing.
Fran Agawa was in coverage, the birthday boy, not liking that. 1st and goal at the 10. 3:36 to go in the first. Ever since Tallahassee's first possession, the Pride have been rolling. Christensen steps up in the pocket, deep middle, intercepted in the end zone by Devin Cabrera. That was monstrous for Mexico City, who was about to fall down by 14.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about momentum. Every fan night game, we talk about momentum. And they just stole some of that momentum right there. They needed to. They're in their own house. They're in Mexico. And this Tallahassee Pride team looked unstoppable. Well, they just got in front of that freight train right there. Great turnover right when you needed it, right in the end zone. Those can be momentum killers, Ken.
Ken Gossett, Kenny G04 in the chat talking about the form on that last tackle that he made. As Matt Wilson's pass is caught for a 9-yard pickup. The mustard bird, Dijon Swan, picks up 9.
Yeah, and Swan's coming off an amazing game. 6 receptions, 83 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and a win over London last week. Let's see if he can get it going now as they hopefully turn the offense a little bit away from Bentley, start to air it out a little bit more.
Matt Wilson, 14th in the league in passing yards, but does have a positive touchdown interception ratio, 11-8. Handoff, Ray Bentley running left. Bentley! Oh, he just threw him away in the trash inside the 40, down to the 31-yard line. Ray doesn't recycle. 1st down.
We talk about brute force. There's just some brute force right there. We're used to seeing this from this guy. He makes those plays look effortless. But, man, if you are a defender, you have to think twice before you try and tackle the big fella.
And how about Devin Cabrera on the sideline cheering on his teammate after he just got the interception? 3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield now for Wilson. Wilson will drop the throw. Wilson going outside, caught by Swan. Pickup of 6, and this is probably the best I've seen Dijon Swan play here in his young career.
And I like the play call. You know, you're not trying to go for the end zone right on first down. You're still trying to establish the passing game. How about you get your quarterback and this wide receiver, get their chemistry going a little bit, get them warmed up a little bit so they can start making plays as this game progresses.
2nd down and 4 at the Pride 25-yard line. That was the best run I've seen out of Ray Bentley this season. 3 receivers off the left side for Wilson. Nickel look for Tallahassee, handoff on a counter. Bentley got away, 20. Ray Bentley cut down by Alex Bond to the 19-yard line. He's got 51 yards and a first down.
Yeah, for a big fella, this guy can plant and go burst. And we saw that there on the a little bit of the counter delay. And he was, surprising speed for a guy of his size.
First down in the red zone. Mexico City trying to take full advantage of the Devin Cabrera interception. Wilson, pass, middle. It's a little late and almost picked by Kenny Stokes. Looking for Swan. He just needed to throw that a split second sooner, and that was probably a touchdown.
Yeah, just a little bit too much touch on that pass and not enough arm. Needed a little bit more velocity, but yeah, he kind of laid it in there, hoping that he could just drop it in the basket, but a missed opportunity there for Tallahassee's defense.
2nd down and 10 to the 19-yard line. Aztecs down 7-0, celebrating Argentina night here in the dark blue, light blue, and white, as that's only a gain of a yard or 2. Tallahassee in the all-white tonight with the yellow and purple trim and numbers. Carroll on the tackle. Big critical 3rd and 8 here. 1:15 and counting here in the first quarter. Stephen Mullinex, Cameron Irvine with you here from Estadio Azteca in Mexico. Straight back, Wilson over to Bentley, and Bentley can't get away. Carroll with another tackle, and Tallahassee's defense holds in the red zone.
Yeah, probably not the call that Mexico City wanted there. You're asking a lot of Bentley, even though he's one of the best backs in the league and can break tackles with the best of them. You're asking him a lot. To throw it out like there and has to beat at least 2 or 3 defenders, probably not going to happen.
Cole Varner to kick. He's 16 of 18 this season, which is the 5th highest percentage in the league. 33-yard field goal. The snap was a little off, but the kick is perfect. And with 30 seconds to go in the first, it's 7-3. A word from the SFL.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Black 2 yards in, out to the 21-yard line, 26 seconds to go in the first. Some early headlines from today. Atlanta erases a 20-point deficit in the 4th quarter and wins 24-20 over Carolina to improve to 5-5. Davius Reed became the first player ever to end the game on a punt return touchdown. Chicago beats Indy 26-20 in overtime as Christensen drops to throw. Deep ball, one-on-one coverage is caught as King Wallace whiffed. Ken Gossett down the sideline to the Mexico City 17-yard line, and King Wallace is having a terrible first quarter.
Yeah, pretty much an epic fail right there by the defender, but an excellent route ran by Gossett, the up and in, the in and up, and just look at him, lethal with the ball after the catch. The guy is one of the fastest receivers. He's got that ball in his hands. He's a true playmaker. This guy's got the entire skill set.
King Wallace was in perfect position and then just got out of it very, very quickly. That is the end of the first quarter of play. Tallahassee 7, Mexico City 3. But now the Pride are right back in the red zone. This is the SFL Network presented by APM Music on Twitch TV. 46 viewers and counting as Week 10 is winding down. Tomorrow night, Vancouver takes on Houston from Canada. A couple of international games to roll us out of week 10. Christensen, bomb, end zone, intercepted. King Wallace says, I'm still here. And Mexico City's got 2 picks in the end zone.
Yo, this guy here, man, he makes up for his previous goof, turns up the intensity, rips off the knob, grabs this ball, plucks it out of the air. Hey, that's the second interception in the end zone. Mexico City is not giving up. And although Tallahassee looks unstoppable, they are stopping them when it counts. Very reminiscent of what they did in week 6, Cam, limiting this offense like this.
The Aztecs need touchdowns, so they can't come away. Oh, Ray Bentley's going to get walloped in the backfield, a loss of 3 yards. That is Fats Johnson in the backfield, a loss of 3 back to the 17-yard line. And Mexico City, they got to convert off these turnovers, because without the turnovers, Tallahassee's got a blowout on their hands right now.
Yeah, when you got a guy like Fats Johnson coming through, had 5 tackles and 4 sacks last week. You know he's going to be coming in a hurry. Got to get that quick passing game going.
And off Bentley, and again, he's met right at the line. That was Norwood in his face. He manages to pick up a couple, but now it's 3rd down and 11.
See what that's about, that play calling is about, Cam, is that Ray Bentley had success running the ball.
Right.
And they've seen that success, and they want to duplicate that success. So they're giving him the benefit of the doubt here. But if he puts more runs like that, it's not going to last long.
Wilson in some trouble. He took a shot,
Wow.
and Dijon Swan taps the toes on the sideline. What a throw and a better catch.
We talk about the pocket presence, Cam. You know, Wilson's an old school veteran here for us, and he's got that internal clock that winds down, and just to perfection, Cam. There's no spring forward, fall back with this guy's clock. Like, that was perfect.
Wilson on a 3rd down and long makes just a big play there. 1st and 10 at the 35. The drive continues. 3 receivers, and Dijon Swan's playing out of his mind. Back to pass. It's over to Swan again. Diving and sheltering the football away from Kenny Stokes. Swan is the best offensive weapon on the field for Mexico City. It's a pickup of 5 more.
Yeah, and as Swan keeps to having success, you got to think that Tallahassee's defense is going to start keying in on him, opening opportunities for Bentley and their other players.
2nd and 5 of the 40, handoff. Ray Bentley got a key block. Bentley's got a 1st down near midfield, and Ray's moving the sticks.
Yeah, when you see a run like that, it's like a wild animal that wants to be uncaged, Cam. Like, he just is on the brink of breaking a big run almost every time that he has it, when he's not been stopped behind the line of scrimmage. You let this guy get that inertia, and he has the power to push the pile.
Great block by the fullback. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And Bentley picks up 2, dragging Taekwon Hale. 65 yards on 11 carries for Ray Bentley in the first half.
Cam, it is nasty in the trenches right now. It's like hammer against hammer, and who's going to win? Sometimes Tallahassee wins, sometimes Mexico City wins. There's just a war that's happening right there in the middle.
2nd to the 48, handoff Bentley, and Bentley this time, it's a pride victory. No gain. Met at the line in the middle by Norwood. This defensive line is the real deal. 3rd and 8. Wilson's going to have to do it again.
Yeah, all of these guys along the defensive line for Tallahassee, they have the size, they have the speed to cast a very wide net. So, you know, if they can get an arm on you, that might be enough. Might not be enough for Bentley, but for most SFL backs.
3rd down, 8. Back to pass, Wilson runs away from pressure. Deep ball down the field. It's caught in double coverage. Caught by Miracle Montague. 1st down to the 23.
Wow, you know, we have seen some passes here tonight, but that might be one of the best passes we've seen. Wilson, a touch passer who can throw feathers when needed, absolutely dots the eye right there.
And he had the presence of mind to get out of that pocket quickly. Bought him a little more time. 1st and 10 to the Tallahassee 23. Hand off on a counter. Bentley hurdles. Bentley cannot get away from one. Nice open field tackle there by the linebacker. Gain of 5 on the 18-yard line, and the tackle made by Jeff Eaton.
I like the way that's set up, though, for Bentley. He had 2 offensive linemen in front of him, and he thought, boy, he may take off on this one, but good individual effort there by the defender.
6:55 to go in the second. 3 receivers for the Aztecs. That's what they've been in much of the night. 4 down linemen for the Pride. That's what they've been in much of the night. 2nd down and 5. Wilson all day. Wilson's pass caught by Swan. 1st and goal to the 9. Matt Wilson is 9 of 10 for 80 yards, the Hall of Fame finalist.
And he barely stepped back in the pocket, Cam, but he really trusts his pocket, and he just there's an ease about the way that he throws the ball. He is the eye of the storm. He's super calm. That's one of the great things about having a veteran presence under center.
1st and goal at the 9. 6:33 to go in the second quarter, and Wilson wants to change the play. Tallahassee's way off on their corners. 10 yards at the top of the screen. Back to pass Wilson. Wilson to the near side again with the catch. Is Montague down to the 4, couldn't turn the corner. He was all alone as he has some words for Kenny Stokes. 2nd and goal closer for the Aztecs.
Yeah, if you're Tallahassee secondary, probably scratching your heads there. Why was that guy so wide open? But basically, they're just protecting against the end zone play there. But yeah, if that receiver had the ball just a quarter of a second earlier, he might have been able to make that turn for the touchdown.
8 in the box, and the safeties appears to be maybe on the wrong side of the field. Handoff goes to Bentley at the middle, and Bray Bentley's going to walk in. Touchdown Aztecs, they have the lead.
Yeah, that's just imposing their will right there. That's the offensive line creating such a giant running lane that even a big guy like Ray Bentley can squeeze through without being touched. I mean, yeah, that was just open. That was just wide open hole for him to go right through. He could have almost walked through. That was a really good play and really good blocking there by this offensive line.
So the Aztecs have 10 points, all off turnovers. Well, 9 points with the extra point pending. All off turnovers. The 2 interceptions that occurred in the end zone. As Varner's kick is confirmed. Good. It's 10-7 Aztecs. Now a message from the SFL.
Don't miss the SFL podcast every Saturday night at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern on Twitch before the league's weekend slate gets kicked off. Join me, Mighty RX, defending champion team owner Ramos Lynn, and our host, Jack Brown, to break down all the headlines in the SFL. Jack, yeah, I know we gotta move on. Calm down. See you there, everybody.
First and 10 at the 20 for Tallahassee.
And if you're the Aztecs, you feel like you're in really good position here. You have the kind of offense that can control the clock. You just got to keep Tallahassee from scoring.
Two backs, 2 receivers. Christensen floats it outside, and Duke Wilson goes down low to pick it up. Pickup of 6, and Christensen's already got 205 yards. Remember, Mexico City held him to under 300 the first time they met, the only team to do so this year.
Yeah, and that defender on the pass, you got the sense that he wanted to jump the route, but just hesitated there at the last moment, maybe afraid that he would miss, and it would go for, a long gain, just trying to play it safe there, so he just plays them to the out-of-bounds line.
5:46 to go in the second. 2nd down and 4 at the 26-yard line. Hand off to Inola, and he's going to be pushed outside. Tackle made by Cabrera and Mack. Now Tallahassee's running no huddle. Haven't seen this tonight. 3rd down and 3 at the 27. And Christensen's going to throw. And Christensen's going to fire it into triple coverage, incomplete. And the Aztec defense gets a stop.
Yeah, the defender able to get his big paw out there and knock the ball down. The thing that we've seen from this Aztec defense, they are rabid out there. They are looking to make some kind of play on the ball, and they've got an absolute predator mentality. They're going after it. Nice defensive play there. And you know what? Scratching my head myself a little bit on why Tallahassee would go no huddle like that. Obviously saw something they thought they could take advantage of, just couldn't do so.
If you haven't already, download the Score Stream app and follow SFL Live updates on your phone. Follow your favorite teams. Cheer your favorite team. Right now, Mexico City's got more cheers than Tallahassee. Surprised the Prider let them have that as Dijon Swan returns it up to the 44-yard line. Score Stream, an official partner of the Simulation Football League. The first esports league on Score Stream announced earlier this week.
You know what, Cam? Everybody likes an underdog, and how rare it, well, you know, not rare, but seems like it's rare when a champion from last season's the underdog.
Right.
Going into this game is absolutely the truth.
How short our memories can be in esports. 1st and 10 at the 44 for Wilson. He's going to start the drive with a pass. Deep. Caught. First down at the 36-yard line. That is K.L. Barrett. Don't forget about me. Another move of the chains.
This passing offense for the Aztec has started to get its mojo going. You can just feel it. The tide has turned a little bit here, where we saw such proficient passing from Tallahassee. Now we're seeing it from the Aztecs. And this is the exact same game plan that Mexico City had in week 6. And they threw the ball on Tallahassee and had a lot of success.
Barrett and Swan are to the left of Wilson. Swan in the slot. Montague is alone to his right. Bentley in the backfield. 1st and 10 at the Tallahassee 36. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. Back to pass Wilson. Short throw. Montague caught near a first down on the 26-yard line. And Matt Wilson, did you see Matt Wilson signaling a first down to the officials? He's not going to get it.
Hey, a nice play by the receiver there to snag the throw away from the defender. Outstretched arms there, gives him a good, wide throwing window, and just a good individual effort there to get the ball.
2nd and inches of the 26. They're going to give it off to Bentley. Oh, and Ray Bentley is smashed by Hale. A loss of 3. He's very slow to get up. And that certainly wasn't what the Aztecs were thinking was going to happen there.
Yeah, look at Hale here. The violent hands to get around the corner with ease. Like he just, look, the offensive lineman almost went gimp leg there. The power that he's able to distribute through his hands and get to the running back. And look, that's just no ordinary running back either. Hale's got a lot of power.
3rd down and 3 at the 29. 3:46 to go in the second. Mexico City on another drive, and Ray Bentley gets hit twice, and the drive will end there. Critical run defense from Tallahassee as Eaton puts Bentley on his back, and Cole Varner will have to come out to try to get 3.
Again, the play calling is a victim of their previous success. A convertible 3rd down. Your running backs had a lot of success, so you run it on 3rd down again, and it just can't get you there.
6-yard field goal for the Aztecs is good.
Wow.
13-7. Cole Varner is a perfect 2 for 2 tonight. And on Score Stream, the Aztecs have 200 cheers and Tallahassee has 16.
Yeah, but Cam, despite Mexico City being up, I agree with you. They're going to need more than field goals to keep them in this game the way Tallahassee has looked tonight and honestly all season.
Jeremy Vega with the 35 bits. Appreciate that, Jeremy. And another 35 a little bit further up from Jeremy Vega. It's 13-7, 3:09 to go in the second. And a deep kick 2 yards into the end zone by Varner. Now Black is looking for the 20, and he barely found it. Still, Tallahassee down 6, but Mexico City's been making all the right plays. They just have to not let Gossett and Wilson go for more than 15 or 20 yards.
Yeah, and that's something that no other defense has been able to stop. So you're asking a really big ask from this defense. But so far, really good with those, been able to get some turnovers and get some stops.
3:04 to go in the first half. The handoff goes to Conley! And Caleb Connolly! I don't know which one was with more force, Connolly or Bentley's run earlier tonight, but he threw 2 players to the side.
Look, when you get one of those fullbacks going like that, that is a runaway locomotive you're trying to get in front of. And, man, if you're in the secondary, I don't want any part of Conley.
Chu, second and inches at the 30. 7 in the box for Mexico City, handoff in Yola. Yola's got a first down. He gets swiped across the face at the 35-yard line. That may be our final play before the 2-minute warning.
Cam, look, this Tallahassee offense, it's near perfection. They've got the speed back. They've got the power fullback. They've got the precision passing game. They got it all.
Except the lead. First and 10 at the 35. Handoff in Yola again. And Yola picks up 6 yards up to the 41-yard line. That is the final play before the half. We have reached halftime. Or we have reached the 2-minute warning. Check that. 13-7. Aztecs up on the Pride. This is Fan Night on the SFL Network on Twitch TV, presented by APM Music. They make some good food out here, man. I was getting a little ahead of myself.
Yeah, you know, I'm from Texas. I'm used to that Tex-Mex. This is a little bit more spicy down here.
Second and 4 at the 41. Love me some spicy. Handoff to Inyola. Inyola's got a first down and a lot more out of the Aztec 41-yard line. It just did not look like Inyola was going to be able to turn the corner, and he picks up about 12.
Yeah, and just good patience to follow his blockers, take what's given. He's not dancing, he's not trying to create anything. He just uses his rockets to get around that corner and gets a big chunk of yardage.
Actually gets 18 yards on that play. Pablo Zamora with the eventual tackle. He's been pretty quiet tonight. Aztecs with a 6-point lead, but Tallahassee's got all 3 timeouts. They're on Mexico City's side of the field. Plenty of time with 1:55 to go in the first half. 4 receivers for Christensen, who has thrown 2 interceptions in the end zone tonight. 3-2 defense for the Aztecs. Back to pass. Christian steps up in the pocket, fires middle, caught in between about 6 different Aztecs. First down to the 25. That pass is caught by the non-contract receiver, Trevor Swain.
Yeah, it seems like good things happen when Christensen climbs the pocket, and he does it with such ease, and he keeps his eyes downfield, has absolutely no fear of any of the defenders that are swirling around him. Just one of the best in the SFL.
3 receivers short side right. 3-step drop for Christensen. He dumps it over the middle. Pass caught. Oh, nice move. And a big hit there by Jack Brown. That move by Duke Wilson was put on King Wallace. Made him look silly, and Tallahassee's back in the red zone.
Well, here we go again. Like you said, in the red zone. This is where Christensen's had some problems tonight, trying to get it in the end zone. Let's see if the Aztecs continue to bug him.
And off to Yola, pick up a 3. Now no huddle for the Pride. Again, a little surprising. They've got all 3 timeouts. 50 seconds to go. Pablo Zamora's got to get back on side here.
Yeah, he's lost.
45. He's still, he's not even looking at the play right now. As that this pass by Christensen is going to the corner. It's picked again! King Wallace, get out of here! The King is alive and well!
Yeah, Cam, just a little bit too much hero ball is what Christensen's trying to play here. Trying to throw the pass with touch and just totally doesn't see the defender there, who makes a great outstretched play to get the ball. But, man, again, you got to think this has got to affect the mentality of Christensen.
I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback throw 3 interceptions in the end zone. 38 seconds, let alone a half. Hand off to Bentley, and I have to believe that Mexico City's pretty content with just letting this clock run out.
Yeah, being up 6 over this kind of Tallahassee offense, limiting them to just 7 points, cervezas all around at halftime for me.
And 16 seconds to go. Aztecs will get the ball to start the second half. We'll talk some playoff standings here at halftime, abbreviated SFL today halftime report tonight, as Wilson will throw. Wilson deep, pass caught, timeout with 2 seconds left. And why not put the Hail Mary King and the Montague Miracle out there for one more for old time's sake?
Yeah, but you're asking for trouble if you're Mexico City.
Yes.
I mean, you are playing with fire out there. You don't want to turn the ball over here and give the Pride an opportunity to maybe get a field goal, get some quick points up. But, hey, it works out for them. It just shows how hot Wilson is right now. And, hey, who knows? We've seen some of these pay off here. These bombs pay off here for Mexico City.
Matt Wilson, back to pass, steps up, throws to the end zone, and it's intercepted at the 10. Gets a block, 15, 20, 25, 30, and there's the tackle at the end of it to end the half. Oh, that was scary.
Well, you know, there's not many quarterbacks in the SFL that can make an accurate pass on the run. Really amazed at his arm streak to get it down that far. But, yeah, you know, a lot of times those will turn into interceptions. A dangerous interception here if he gets the right blocks. And we've seen a guy already this season take one of those back going right down the middle of the field.
First half, Tallahassee 3 red zone turnovers. They're down just 6. That's what it takes to beat an unbeaten 13-7. First half stats and highlights from Estadio Azteca. 288 yards for Tallahassee. They haven't been on the field as much as Mexico City, but they're playing really good ball. They just got to stop turning the ball over.
Yeah, you know what? Both teams are really balanced in the way that they've played. I know that the numbers are skewed a little bit for Tallahassee in the passing game, but really, they've both running offenses and passing offenses have been going well. The difference is those turnovers.
Halftime glitch, thanks to Kay. We're back for the third quarter.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about the playoffs anyway.
We're getting to it. Mexico City to receive the second half kickoff. Dijon Swan, 25, up to the 30-yard line. That halftime glitch brought to you by the East Coast.
Thank you, East Coast.
Let's get on with it. we got to go to work tomorrow.
There we go. How about some bits for that? An early ending. At least by a few seconds.
1st and 10 at the 30, unless we go to overtime, of course. 3 receivers for the Aztecs. Handoff goes to Bentley. Bentley picks up 5 to the 34-yard line. He's got 81 yards. All right, let's break down the updated playoffs. Now, we don't have the updated playoff standings just yet in terms of tiebreakers. But what we can tell you is that Tulsa, Alaska, and Sioux Falls are now all tied at 8-2, heading into week 11 for second place. And we'll talk about that bunch here in a minute. 2nd down and 5 of the 34. Handoff to Bentley. Bentley got away from a D lineman. I believe it was Hale who was giving chase. Alex Bond brings him down. It's 3rd down and 2. So Tulsa, Alaska, Sioux Falls are all 8-2. What do you think of those teams and how they're looking, Stephen?
Yeah, I think they've got to be absolutely comfortable. You know, they've proven themselves throughout the season. They know, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but at 8-2, you're pretty assured of the playoff run.
And Bentley got a 1st down to the 42-yard line. So Mexico City had a 3rd down and 3 towards the end of the first half and had to settle for a field goal, but Ray Bentley converts on a 3rd down and short here. So that's the top 4 seeds. San Antonio is currently slotted number 5 all alone at 7-3, and then Queen City is in number 6 right now at 6-4. Now, if the Aztecs win tonight, they would leapfrog the Corsairs into 6th place. They would be 6-4, and the Corsairs would drop the 7th into wild card positioning. 1st and 10 for 42. Back to pass Wilson. Wilson going deep. It's a duck. It's caught. Quack to Barrett to the 35-yard line. He's got 65 yards.
Yeah, Quack with the pass, but the power to get the ball there still. And the concentration here by the receiver, runs a nice route, able to get his big mitts on the ball. Wow, you know for being a duck cam, that ball was positioned perfect.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Barrett yawning at Michael Sprouse, the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers for the Aztecs. Handoff, Bentley on a trap. Bentley picks up 4. Tackle by the non-contract linebacker. All right, so Mexico City's 5-4. Houston is 5-4, tied for 7th. Tied for 9th is Indianapolis and Atlanta, who avoided a crisis earlier today with their 20-point comeback. San Francisco's 11th at 4-6. Vancouver's 12th at 3-6. And then St. Louis, London, Chicago, OKC are all 3-7. Just begging for those teams with 5 wins to lose. Back to pass. Wilson, he goes down. That, I believe, is that the first sack tonight for Tallahassee?
Believe so.
Fats Johnson.
Yeah, Fats Johnson, the guy that had 4 sacks last week, just continuing to rack up that number. I mean, look, it's just a matter of time. The offensive line full of non-contracts. It's going to break down with this group across from them. You know, if you're Matt Wilson, you got to just have your head on the swivel.
3rd and 12. Can the Aztecs get back into Cole Varner field goal range? Wilson in some trouble, got it away, intercepted. At the 15-yard line, back comes Tallahassee. Back-to-back drives with picks for Matt Wilson. And the interceptor is number 35, Anthony Wayo at free safety.
Yeah, and that, if you're the Tallahassee Pride, that may be the break that you need right there. A bit of a rush throw by Wilson, felt the pressure coming from the outside, had to let it go just a little bit earlier than he wanted it to, and then the defender there with the great pick. Almost didn't have to move to get it.
Yola, 6 carries, 36 yards. Tallahassee's had success on the ground when they've given it a shot, but Christensen obviously is their number 1 player. 7:55 to go in the 3rd. Mexico City, they're on thin ice right now despite getting 3 turnovers. They've given 2 away themselves. Oh, Dijon Swan gets bowled over by Swain on the sideline, and Agawa having words with Swain. Pick up a 4.
Yeah, if you're over there on the sidelines, you can't be sitting there texting. You know, you got to be aware of the action on the field. How many bloopers have we seen, Cam, of people getting bowled over on the sidelines because they're not paying attention?
2nd and 6 at the 31 for Tallahassee's offense, who's only produced 7 points so far tonight. Handoff to Yola. Oh, Yola, have a seat. If this was musical chairs, he'd move on to the next round. 3rd and 3.
Yeah, just absolutely attacks the line of scrimmage there and just violently, just a violent collision that took place. That's a big man with a lot of quickness right there to knock that running back backwards like that.
Jack Brown punishes him. 3rd down and 3 at the 33-yard line. Number 13, changing the play. 3-step drop, fires it outside, short cut. 1st down, Gossett. Tallahassee's sideline is alert. 1st and 10.
Yeah, and the perfect play call right there. I mean, it couldn't get any wider open. You've got the best wide receiver in the game out there. You trust him immensely. Just the easiest of 1st downs.
That's pure execution, right? Giving Christensen a chance to make the right play call.
And absolutely. Hey, and this Tallahassee team, on 3rd down, 50% completion rating, 3rd in the NFL.
Christensen to Wilson. 1st down to the Aztec 39-yard line. Tackle made by Zamora. He's upset with his teammates. Gossett's got 132, and Wilson's got 112.
Look, this guy's just naturally accurate, right? He's got these really tight spirals, and he's able to throw his receivers open. That's the difference between him and a lot of these SFL quarterbacks. He has that anticipation and timing that you're looking for.
6:35 left in the 3rd. Gossett top of the screen. Wilson bottom of the screen. And a couple of nobodies in the slots. Christensen out of the gun. Sorry, just calling it like it is, especially in this offense. Christensen back to pass. Looking around. Fires it short. And Mack got in an extra hit just for giggles. No gain. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, very dangerous play by the defender there. It almost looked like could have been pass interference because the defender was just right on top of him. But just one of those bang-bang plays. Refs let it go. Take it down.
6:21 left in the 3rd, and I'm just looking at this score. Tallahassee have to do a double take. That's not a 37. That's just a 7. 4 receivers for Christensen. Back to pass. 3-man rush only. Pass is incomplete. As that had just way too much firepower on it. Past Wilson. 3rd and 10.
Hey, whatever happens for the rest of the night, this Aztec secondary has been impressive. You know, after being a little loose there in the first half, they have really first quarter. They've really tightened up here, and they're making it difficult on this Tallahassee Pride offense, who, Cam, is not used to being down.
4 receivers. Christensen wants to change the play again. Back to pass all day. Deep ball intercepted by Cabrera. 20, 24-yard line. 4 interceptions for Christensen.
Yeah, Mexico City, if you don't win this game tonight, you're going to be kicking yourself because your defense gave you every opportunity to win. These guys are taking advantage of the best quarterback in the SFL. They have picked him off 4 times tonight. Your defense is giving you everything. Now it's time for your offense to do the same.
6:09 left to go in the third. Wilson will start with a pass and will go down. Loss of 4. Tallahassee's defensive front is really starting to eat. Taekwon Hale credited with the sack.
Yeah, Hale will ruin an offensive lineman's day. This guy doesn't quit on plays. Wilson had absolutely no opportunity to get that ball off. Hale sheds blockers with ease.
2nd and 14. Ball's at the 20. Wilson gets some time out to Montague, and boy, he needed a while for that play to develop as Montague makes the critical reception to make it 3rd and manageable.
Give a lot of credit to the wide receiver right there. Had to make a ballerina spin to catch that ball, so accuracy was a little off, feeling the pressure. Now Wilson may be seeing some ghosts out there after that last sack.
3rd down and 6. Wilson staying cool. Hand off to Bentley. Ray Bentley's got a first down. How about that? Trust in the big fella on 3rd down and 6, and Tallahassee wasn't ready.
We've seen him do it all night on 3rd down, and, not short by any means. They'll go to Bentley. They just trust him so completely and trust that he will come up big in those dire situations.
1st and 10 at the 36. 4:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Aztecs still possessing a 13-7 advantage. Back to pass, Wilson. Deep drop back. Wilson hit as he threw. Money! K.L. Barrett to the Tallahassee 49. 81 yards on 5 catches.
See, here's the deal, Cam. Wilson is able to uncork the ball so quickly. He can hold it to the very last millisecond to give his receivers every opportunity to get open, and then he just absolutely rifles the ball through the air.
4.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. 13-7 Aztecs.
What a game.
It's just been back and forth, cat and mouse, handoff to Bentley. And Ray Bentley picks up 7 to the Pride 42-yard line. Hale and Wyo combined for the stop. Mexico City is not letting their foot off this gas pedal.
And Ray Bentley, the offensive lineman's best friend. You look really good as an offensive lineman when you've got a big fella that can just crush defenders under his foot.
2nd down and 3 at the 42. Nickel look for the Pride. 2 in the backfield, Wilson. Mexico City in their dark blue Argentina uniforms tonight. And Taekwon Hale says, I've had enough of this. Another tackle for loss for Hale. 3rd down and 4 coming up.
Cam, I just got a little bit of a text here from ScoreStream. I looked over there and I thought, is that one of my lady friends? And nope. ScoreStream.
Wow. I bet that's what Dijon Swan was looking at on the sideline there earlier.
Probably was.
Ray Bentley is going to be short of the first down. 4th and inches at the 39. I tell you what, Mexico City has a lot more riding on this than Tallahassee. I don't care. Go for it.
Yeah, I think so. This is the area of the field. Well, there's a challenge
first. Well, now if you don't get it and you burn a timeout, you either have to send the offense out there and actually go for it or punt. Initially, this looked like a pretty good spot. Let's get a look.
Yeah, I've given up on trying to determine what the stripes see and what they don't, but it does appear like
he's on top of him.
He might. just get the nose over, but that might not be enough. Remember, that line doesn't accurately always portray where the first down is.
And the play stands. I was going to say, from that other angle, it looked like he got it, but then that second angle, he looked short. I think that's a good call. Now we'll see if Mexico City actually does go for it on 4th and inches. I doubt we'd see him. Yeah, the offense is out there. How about this, man? This takes some guts. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. This could be a game changer. 3:07 to go in the third. 4th down and inches against that Tallahassee front 4, and Ray Bentley got it! Ray Bentley to the 35-yard line. He paid for it, but Mexico City is not afraid.
Yeah, ballsy. That's the only thing I can think of, Cam. What a call. What a clutch call. And to call a bit of a delay there, to call a counter in that situation, it's just total faith in their running back.
AJ pick 6 with 100 bits. Thank you, AJ. 1st and 10 of the Tallahassee 35. Wilson dropping to throw. Wilson in trouble. Steps up in the pocket. Fires up the back foot. Oh, my gosh! Oh, my gosh! To Montague, a pickup of 8.
How many times have we seen a guy get flushed out of the pocket like that? He had to climb the pocket, releases it on the run, doesn't have a great foundation to throw the ball, but has the arm strength to throw it on a dime. Just a rare quarterback here in the SFL in Wilson.
2.5 to go in the third. Matt Wilson doing all sorts of silly things. 2nd and 2. Bentley to his left. He takes a handoff on a trap. Nothing. Swallowed up by Johnson and Norwood. A loss of a yard. Again in the backfield. 3rd and 3.
Yeah, just a too big of a tell there with the quarterback just spinning in place and waiting for his running back to get to him. Just giving Tallahassee's defense way too much time to diagnose the play and figure out it's a run early.
3rd down and 3. 1:53 to go in the third quarter. 53 viewers and counting. Handoff Bentley. 1st down again to the Pride 23-yard line. The Aztecs just won't give Christensen the ball back. This offense has been on the field for at least 5 minutes.
And we're getting the same, I'm getting the same feeling I did last season with Bentley just imposing his will. You know, able to get those hard yards in clutch situations like he did so many times last season.
3 receivers, the handoff goes to Bentley, and Ray Bentley not going to get away. Hale again. Taekwon Hale's having an excellent game. Ray Bentley is up to 117 yards.
The way Bentley's been running, I've forgotten who they're playing. I mean, let's not forget, this is the best defensive line in the entire SFL, and at times he's making them look like junior high players, but then at times they remind you who they are.
Ray Bentley picks up 4, brings up 3rd down and 6. I missed some bit shout-outs here. Jason1347 with 100. Clint Hendershot, 59 with 135 bits. Thank you so much. That's appreciated. Remember, hold on to your bits as much as you can so that they can be part of the rewards program that launches later this week. I'm very gracious always for the bits, but I want to make them count for you as much as possible. 3rd down and 6, handoff Bentley, and he didn't get it. So on 3rd down and 6 this time, Tallahassee was ready for it, and after all of that, Stephen, we're going to head to the third quarter, still the same score, and Cole Varner's going to have to kick another field goal.
Yeah, I mean, they have just whittled away the clock here with just a tremendous running game. And we'll head to the fourth here to see if he'll make that field goal or not.
That's the end of the third quarter here on Fan Night. Wow. 13-7 Aztecs. This has been a bloodbath on both sides. Presented by APM Music.
I wonder, Cam, those what do those bits convert to pesos? Because I'm getting hungry.
I know, we got gypped at halftime. 33-yard field goal for the Aztecs is good. 10:57 to go in the fourth, and now it's a 9-point lead. 2-possession game, 16-7. But Tallahassee, for all that Mexico City has done well, it just shows you what a good team the Tallahassee Pride is, to have been I wouldn't say taken to the woodshed tonight, because that certainly has not been the case, but to have not had the major plays that Mexico City has had and to still be very much in this game is a testament to how tough this team is.
Yeah, and a testament to their defense to keeping them in this game, because if it takes 4 interceptions for you to get on top of Tallahassee, well, it's a rare night for most SFL teams to get that many. So, good on Mexico City's defense, giving their team every opportunity to win. But I am not fazed when I think and when I say Tallahassee, it's still the best team in the SFL.
16-7, and the Pride have the ball. And it's been a while since they've had the ball. I think they only had it one time in that third quarter, as that pass outside to Gossett picks up 5. Mexico City will give them that. 6 catches for 137 yards for Ken Gossett.
Yeah, I'm thinking sour cream enchiladas, maybe some refried beans and rice, maybe an empanada. Did they have Taco Bell here in Mexico?
I mean, I don't know. It's the fourth quarter, Steven.
I'm sorry.
Calm the stomach. 2nd and 5 at the 22. Christensen back to pass. Deep ball. Left side. Dropped.
Wow.
Ken Gossett dropped it. I don't think I've seen Ken Gossett drop a pass all season.
That tells you just how discombobulated Mexico City secondary has this Pride team right now. We have just saw a unicorn, ladies and gentlemen. Gossett actually flubbing on a pass. That just never happens.
610 bits from Pilgrim, 44 bits from Football Dude. 93. I'm overwhelmed. Christensen, deep ball, caught. Zamora lays out Swain, and that is a monster play from an on-contract receiver.
Yeah, that's what you call a widowmaker right there, Cam. That he laid him out like he was on a slab. Look at this, bam! Just lucky to get up from that play. Actually, we've seen so many plays like that knock a player out. We're so careful about head injuries now. A play like that will have you on the sidelines getting checked out by the medical staff.
59 viewers and counting. Short throw to Gossett. Only picked up 2.
Go ahead, Ken.
I was just going to say, looking at St. Louis, London, Chicago, and Oklahoma City at 3 and 7, do you think any of those teams have a shot?
Hey, I saw what Oklahoma City did today. Man, they looked good. If there's one team out of that group, just based on what I saw today, I like the Renegades.
2nd and 8, Christensen all alone, but nobody was open, and Ignola gets smashed by Landon Mack. It's 3rd down and 8, and the Pride are looking up at the board going, hey, we might need to do something here pretty soon.
Hey, you know what? Christensen is such a confident passer. We have rarely seen him shaken, and I think he absolutely is right now. Let's see if he can kind of get things back together and start showing the things he's shown us all season.
4 receivers for Christensen. 3rd down and 8, high snap. Christensen outside. Perfect route from Ken Gossett. Ray Bentley slows him down. 1st down, Tallahassee, and you got to go to your best player when you need him.
Hey, good on you, Tallahassee coaching staff. Give your quarterback a confident route that that maybe he can get some of that confidence back. He's been a little bit gun-shy so far here after throwing all those interceptions. Maybe he can start heating up and getting into a rhythm again.
1st and 10 of the Pride 49. 8:45 to go in the 4th quarter. Christensen changing the play. 5 in the box for the Aztecs. Dressed in blue tonight. Back to pass. Christensen out. Route 2. Gossett picks up 5. And I tell you what, Tulsa, Alaska, Sioux Falls are sitting here tonight just salivating. Just waiting for the Pride to lose. They'd only be a game back. If the Pride win, they're almost a sure thing for the number 1 seed.
And that's the best thing that can happen for the fans. We want it to be competitive. We want every single game up until the final week to matter. And so it just benefits us all if everybody's interested in the upcoming playoffs.
2nd and 5 of the 47. Back to pass. Christensen in some trouble. Hit as he threw. Incomplete into a crowd as Mexico City supplies the pressure. Right now, we've got 16 teams, going back to your point you were making, Stephen, 16 teams still in playoff contention with 2 weeks to go.
That's great. And, hopefully with a week to go, with one game to go, we still have a lot of teams up in the air like that.
Third down and 5 at the 47, 4 receivers. Here's another major third down. Christensen back to pass. Christensen pump fake, deep ball down the middle. Incomplete into quadruple coverage. Pablo Zamora got his hands on it. That drive stalls out, and I think Tallahassee has to kick.
Yeah, we are seeing something we're not used to seeing here. A shaken Christensen. He's been confident on the shorter passes, but man, looking deep, he has looked really unsure of himself, and that's just not the person that we've seen all season.
100 bits from AJ Pick 6, 100 from Jason 1347, another 100 from Pilgrim, another 100 from Jason, another 100 from Aaron Lee,
Wow.
another 100 from Pilgrim. This is
It's great. Hey, my stomach thanks you.
Tallahassee, great punt down to the 4-yard line. All I can say, Stephen, is season 11 is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen before. If you think Score Stream is fun, this is going to be. You may not even recognize the presentation next year at this rate.
Well, I hope it involves Taco Bell because they have fries now.
We got to get them on the phone. You got to stop mentioning them for free.
They have fries now. SFL fries. Just saying.
Hand off to Bentley. Let's see how much time Mexico City can milk off this clock. They milked about 6 minutes off it in the third quarter. If Tallahassee lets them do that again, this game is over.
Yeah, they're like farmers out there, Cam. They'll milk everything for what it's worth. If they get an opportunity to get Bentley the ball and he can start having some success, this clock can run down quick.
Second down and 7 at the 7. Handoff, Bentley. Bentley pushing forward to the 11. It's third down and 3. And you figure we're going to see a lot of Bentley here in the fourth quarter. And just taking a peek at those standings, that would be 4 playoff teams if the playoffs started today out of the Eastern Conference. Third and 3. 3 receivers for the Aztecs, and Wilson's going to throw. Wilson escapes. Wilson incomplete. Wyo almost picked it off, stops the clock, and Tallahassee gets the stop they need.
Well, clearly uncomfortable in the pocket. He was, flushed out of the pocket. Thought he saw something there. Thought he saw his wide receiver flashing open. Set his feet. Delivered what looked to be a good ball, but didn't see that defender there. Nice play. Good play for Tallahassee. Your defense is giving you an opportunity to get back in this game. Now your offense just has to get refocused.
1,000 bits from Jason 1347. Blake Hamrack donating 100 bits. Here comes Tallahassee up to the Aztec 45-yard line. 6:54 to go. Stephen, I don't know about you. We've been calling games since week 2 together. This season has been the most fun, the most enjoyable, just because of the great quality of play on the field. Man, it's just been so much fun to watch, just as a spectator.
And specifically on fan night, these guys know what they're doing, man, making these votes.
First and 10 at the 45. Back to pass. Christensen feeling some heat from behind. That pass is caught for a 7-yard gain. Mack on the tackle. That is slow to get up. Swain again, and he's making some big plays. And we're seeing a lot more of Swain, and I have to believe that's because of Agawa and Wallace locking down Gossett and Wilson on the outside.
Yeah, I don't think we've called Wilson's name at all since the first half, and then Gossett's got a drop pass. So, yeah, they're obviously the defense is affecting both of their plays.
100 bits for Mighty RX. Second down and 3 from the 39-yard line of the Aztecs. Tallahassee needs just a field goal to make it a one-score game. Pass caught into field goal range by Gossett to the 33-yard line. Actually, for Tallahassee, just a little bit shy of field goal range. And if I'm the Pride, as long as I'm down 1 score with 1 minute to go, I'm good.
Yeah, no time to press right now. I mean, don't want to get too cute in this situation. It's already cost you more than a few times. That was a nice, safe play to make. It stops the clock. It gets you the first down. Does all the things that you need.
Hand off to Inyola. Almost got away. Had a pretty good game when they played the Aztecs the first go-around, picks up 4.
Yeah, looking back, see, you got me when I got to check my notes now, Cam.
That's all
yeah.
right. 62 viewers. I can ad-lib.
In Ola, last time these two teams met, 138 yards and 1 touchdown on 22 carries.
3 receivers for the Pride, 2nd and 6 at the 29. And Christensen looks over the middle. The official could have caught it. Gossett with his 11th catch tonight. Tallahassee's in that dangerous red zone. And I mean, just imagine what this game would be if they would have just gotten any points off of those red zone turnovers. This game would be tied, even if they were all field goals.
I know that it's required to have referees on the field, but man, when they get in the way of a play like that and nearly bungle things up for the Pride, you just got to shake your head and like, dude, get out of the way.
5:06 to go in the 4th. Christensen outside. It was well covered. And actually Gossett in press coverage kind of got shoved off his route. Only picked up 2. Stops the clock with 5:04 to go in the 4th.
Hey, you know, these Aztecs may be revealing a formula here for other teams to follow facing the Pride. You got to get physical with these wide receivers. You got to get them uncomfortable, push them off their routes. We still see them making some amazing plays, but they've had some goofs too.
On the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 8 at the 13-yard line. Back to pass is Christensen going to the end zone. Incomplete as Gossett laid out for it. Gotta love the hustle as he kind of played defender there at the end.
Those are the kind of plays that he's converted all season. That's why he's the best in the SFL. Surprised to see him not be able to come down with that one, but it had a lot of traffic in front of him, and as you said, he had to leap for it, but one that he normally comes down with.
3rd down and 8 at the 13-yard line for the Pride. They just cannot afford a turnover. Anything else will do. Christensen's pass outside, caught by Gossett, and that'll bring out the kicker. Does stop the clock. 178 now for Ken Gossett on 13 catches. And if you're Tallahassee, that's all right. They would have liked the touchdown, but at least they get the points.
Well, every time that you've gone to the end zone, it's been a pick.
Right.
So they're playing it really safe there, giving the ball to Gossett, their best wide receiver, in front of the first down marker, hoping that he can be able to turn that upfield and make a play. Wasn't able to do so. They need a field goal anyway. Might as well get it here.
25-yard attempt for the Pride. Good snap, good hold. Kick is good. 4:39 to go in the 4th. It is a 1-possession game. You know, I saw Psychotic the Clown, Chris Braun, otherwise Frank Axmall. Just many personalities. Reminds me of the movie Split. But he said, I can't wait to do memes tonight. I was thinking we should have a whole show on the SFL network of SFL memes here in the future. Who knows? Tallahassee's onside kicking, and it's recovered by Mexico City.
Yeah, a victim of their own timing there. I mean, look, the time on the clock's under 5 minutes. That's kind of the area that SFL teams start to look
when you're down a touchdown. Yeah.
Kick.
Yep.
And that's just taking a chance, and then also trusting your defense. You've got 3 timeouts. Can your defense step up, get a 3-and-out here, get your offense the ball again?
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Hand off to Bentley. Ray Bentley picks up a 4, and you know this is a problem for Tallahassee now because if Cole Varner, a star kicker, kicks a field goal here, they're right back where they started.
Right, absolutely. And this plays right into Mexico's hands. I mean, they have the offense to maintain and keep a lead. If they can get a lead on you, they can run that big back of theirs and make the necessary throws to run that clock down.
Tallahassee averages 38 points a game. They have 10 tonight. 2nd and 6 at the 36. Hand off to Bentley, and Bentley doesn't get anything. 3rd down and 6. And I don't think that Tallahassee has been held under 30 all season. Bain on the tackle.
Well, this would be the team to do it. You know, the only team to hold them to under 300 passing yards, 269 the last time these two teams played. So this defense just has a real good sense of what they can do and how they can limit the offense.
Still out of field goal range. 3rd down and 6 for Mexico City. Do they dare put it in Wilson's hands? Nope, they're going to hand it off to Bentley. Bentley got rid of 1, But now this is going to be a 51-yard field goal for Cole Varner. I think you got to send him out.
Yeah, I think you do too, especially the way the Aztecs defense has been playing. You got to feel pretty comfortable they can stop this really high-powered offense.
Here he comes. This is big.
This is huge.
This is huge. 51, even for a star kicker, is not necessarily a gimme. You can have a lot of things go wrong. Under 3 minutes to go, the Aztecs to go back up by 2 scores against the unbeaten Pride. Mexico City milking the clock, down to 4 on the play clock. The snap is high. The hold is good. There's a penalty marker on the play. The kick is good. What's the flag? Don't often see this. What is the flag?
I don't think I saw anybody jump. Let's see.
It's a clip on
no.
Mexico City.
Oh, no.
On a field goal. It moves them out of field goal range, and they have to punt.
Yeah, they're not even going to be close on a clipping call. That I have never seen here in the SFL.
Oh, he didn't even do anything. He did nothing. Look at this. What did he do?
Yeah, that's a terrible call.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. This is one that you would take a complaint to the league after one of those kind of calls, and see you can get this officiating crew disciplined or fired. Man, that was just terrible timing.
I mean, absolutely dreadful. Maybe the second worst call I've seen in modern day SFL, minus the Cade Stevens out of bounds play. It was clearly terrible. But if Tallahassee goes on to win this game, we're going to look back at that call and go, what were they looking at?
Yeah, you could easily blame that call, but if you're also Mexico City, you got to realize you put yourself in that position too. You didn't take full advantage of all those turnovers. You should have scored touchdowns. You scored field goals. So, there's a lesson to be learned in that, in the sense that you can't leave it in the officials' hands.
64 viewers and counting. 1st and 10 of the 21-2:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Christensen's got the ball. He's going long. It is caught by Gossett. In coverage. Mossed at the 42-yard line.
What effort. Is there any question he's the best receiver in the SFL?
Christensen again. Going long. Gossett again. Unbelievable. To the 37-yard line.
This guy will embarrass cornerbacks.
One more time, perhaps. Christensen deep to Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. Took a monster hit over the middle by, I believe, Pablo Zamora, and he's seeing stars.
Whew. I'm going to have to thank Wilson for that. Allow you to catch your breath and mine. They have just an aerial attack. We knew that Tallahassee's capable of this. This is what they're at. They've actually absolutely done all season. We just haven't seen it a lot tonight. And the Aztecs, they're out there waiting. They're praying for an opportunity to get this ball.
Christensen, deep drop back, fires middle, caught Wilson. 1st down, 2-minute warning. Unbelievable. No, they marked him short. It's 3rd and inches.
Wow, well, just wide open there. Obviously, Aztecs playing back. This defense, a little bit on their heels. They've been burned in this series long, so they are really set back on their heels, allowing Tallahassee to have that.
There will be no challenge. That looked like maybe a karma call against the Pride, because it looked like he got the 1st down. 3 receivers for... Oh, Mexico City jumped offside. Penalties are killing them. 1st down for the Pride. I can't believe what I just saw.
Yeah, and not only does it hurt them by giving them the 1st down, but it stops the clock.
Oh, wow. The offside culprit is on Moises Avila. Wow.
Hey, we've seen, Cam, we've seen in the history of football that a bad call by the officials can absolutely just kill the momentum and the spirit of a team. And you feel like all the wind has just gone out of this stadium and people are in shock.
1st and 10 of the 22. The Cardiac Cats trying to do it again here. Handoff to Ignola inside the 20 down to the 18. And Tallahassee appears to be playing this as maybe the last possession of the game as you look at the updated running back numbers.
Maybe they're so confident that they can get it in the end zone here that they just want to run the clock down and not give Mexico City any opportunity to get back into this game. Remember, Mexico City, there's some late game heroics in their history.
1:26 to go in the fourth. Hand off again to Yola. Surprised they did it a second time. Now it's 3rd down and 3. And this is pretty ballsy out of Tallahassee as well, because they have not scored a touchdown in the red zone tonight, and they seem to think that they're going to do it right now.
Well, remember, this is a 9-0 team. They have had nothing but confidence in themselves all season to do everything they've done is right.
3rd down and 3. Christensen going to throw. Christensen middle. Caught by the running back. And Yola out of the backfield. 1st and goal at the 6.
Haven't seen that all night, Cam. Him as a receiving threat, especially down the middle of the field, but wide open.
Christensen again. End zone. Incomplete. Knocked away by Zamora.
Nearly a one-handed grab there. Look, the game on the line, and you go to your non-contract tight end. Talk about ballsy.
Open. He was wide open. Christensen threw that pass into the wrong place. Threw it behind him.
Shoulder. Yeah, absolutely inaccurate pass there. He throws it to the left-hand side of his tight end. That's a touchdown. And we're talking about a clipping play.
Man, that's inexcusable for Christensen. That was potentially the game winner. Now it's 2nd and goal at the 6. Nickel look for the Aztecs. Christensen to throw again. Christensen back corner. Touchdown, Duke Wilson. He grabbed it and took it away. Tie game.
Let's talk about the absolute guts of this Tallahassee squad to be so confident to run the ball down to 45 seconds, knowing that they're going to get a chance at the end zone. Also knowing Christensen has thrown interceptions every time that he threw it in the end zone. An opportunity there. That ball had an opportunity to be picked off as well. Defender misplays it, and Wilson makes the clutch grab in the corner of the end zone.
Unbelievable. 42 seconds left to go in the fourth. This extra point can give Tallahassee the lead after all of this, and the kick is good. And now it's up to Mr. Hall of Fame finalist, the guy with more fourth quarter comebacks than any other quarterback in the league, Matt Wilson. It's time for him to make something happen. Otherwise, the Pride are going to get out of here, and a lot of people are going to say because of a phantom clipping call.
Hey, SFL Fan Night, thank you so much. Guys, you guys picked a good one. Man, what a game.
Here we go, Dijon Swan, who's been very quiet in the second half. Past the, almost past, another flag!
This might be another one of those makeup calls, Cam.
Oh my goodness gracious. No, it's another clipping.
What?
On Mexico City.
They have just pinpointed that. They are looking for that at this point. Let's see if he actually, well, we're not even going to get a replay.
The crowd is, enraged. Absolutely enraged.
Wow, clipping gate.
Wow, that is, I'm not going to dispute it because we didn't get a replay. I don't know what, we don't know, but my gosh.
They're just called so infrequently, Cam, to have two in these two critical situations. It's mind-boggling.
1st and 10 of the 14. Wilson out to Bentley. Nobody else was open. No gain. Out of bounds. The crowd is still just giving it to these officials as you look at those quarterback numbers. Christensen over 400 yards. 1-point lead. Oh, my gosh. 3 penalties in the last 3 minutes on the Aztecs.
Cam, it's unfair to ask these Aztecs to come back to win this game. Look, they only need a field goal. But there's just so much that has just gone, so much negativity has gone against them. It's hard to get their spirits up.
3 receivers. They need Montague or something. Wilson, pass, middle, caught, Swan. Got to get down, does. Down to 1 timeout at the 33-yard line.
Wow, clutch play right there. Nice. Need to see Swan coming alive a little bit more. We saw a lot of this in the first half. But Tallahassee's done a good job of blanketing him. Look, that's normally a play that you wouldn't advise, sending 2 wide receivers into the same area, but it works out.
Matt Wilson on a first down at the 33-yard line.
Woo.
27 seconds left. Back to pass, going long, and it's caught at midfield by K.O. Barrett. They're going to save their last timeout. Wilson hurrying. 16, 15, 14. They're going to run another play. No, spike it with 13 seconds left. They are in Hail Mary range, and they only need 14 more yards to get into Cole Varner's range to win the game.
That's exactly right, and they do have that 1 timeout left, Cam. They need to get something in that 15 to 20-yard range. Call a timeout, get down, get out of bounds, get a timeout, get this field goal in, and let's go home.
3 receivers for the Aztecs. Wilson needs 14 yards and almost threw the game away. 3rd down.
Let's not forget that the Aztecs have a star kicker. So if they need something a little bit extra, they might be able to do that. They're risking a lot.
10 seconds left. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for the Hail Mary here.
Oh, goodness, please no.
1 timeout left. Let's see what nope, no Hail Mary just yet.
Good.
Aztecs saving it. 1 more play, 1 timeout. They need at least probably 11 yards to get into any sort of range. Wilson, deep drop back. Wilson can't take a sack. Hit as he threw. Pass is caught. Turning the corner, 3 seconds. And Swan is hit. Timeout with 3 seconds to go. It would be a 56-yard field goal for Cole Varner. I don't know, man. What do you do?
Absolutely. I think he's capable of it. It's just right on that edge.
But it's Wilson. It's the Hail Mary.
It is, but why do you pay that kicker so much then? If not for these kind of situations.
Oh, they're going to do it. They're going to kick it. I think this would be an SFL record. This is 57 yards for Cole Varner to send the undefeated Tallahassee Pride packing. This is it. Oh, the snap was bad. The kick is on the way. It is short, and the Pride are still unbeaten.
Oh, the heart breaks for the Aztecs. Goodness gracious, you guys earned so much respect tonight. Look, taking away absolutely nothing from Tallahassee, but boy, Aztecs, you guys deserved that win tonight. And if it wasn't for those calls, I know that we talked about, hey, you can't put yourself in that kind of position, but certainly those calls are going to be seen as the biggest difference maker in this game.
Man, we got to get the text box set. That glitch. We apologize there. We'll go over some post-game numbers here with you, actually, as this ball game is over. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're not even going to be able to give you some replays, which is unfortunate, but 17-16. It did that in the end of the Atlanta-Carolina game, too. I think the Xbox just needs to be reset. But anyway, Tallahassee, 17-16, beats the Aztecs. I'm speechless. 3 penalties in the last 3 minutes. 3 picks in the red zone tonight for Tallahassee, and that pass and catch to Duke Wilson in the corner of the end zone. I mean, that separates champions.
Yeah, absolutely. This says a lot about Tallahassee to play through all of their mistakes, and I just never got the sense that they were out of this game. You know, there was a sense that they were absolutely discombobulated, and they were just confused a little bit, and lacked a little bit of courage in times. It just feels like confidence is the word, not courage. Excuse me. That their confidence was hurt, but you know that they've played so well this season that if you give them the sliver of an opportunity to get back in it, that they would, and they absolutely did. Yes, on the back of some really bad calls, but at the end of the day, I think Mexico City comes away pretty happy with their performance to limit the Pride. Obviously upset about what happened and took place, but also knowing they didn't take full advantage.
You could feel the pressure in this building. Just all night long. I mean, these are the defending champions, but they felt like, and really everybody in the league feels like, that Tallahassee just, how do you beat this team? I mean, it just week after week after week have been squeezing out these victories, and that target just gets bigger and bigger and bigger each and every week for the Pride. And looking at their, looking at their games and their final scores, they beat Chicago by 8 last week. They won this week by a point. They beat London by 3 points 3 weeks ago. This is 3 straight weeks now that the Pride have been on the brink, and they just keep getting it done. This is one of the best teams this league has seen in a long time.
Yeah, and I don't foresee them losing any more games here in the regular season. Now, the playoffs is a different animal, and it has been a different animal for the Pride, and they just seem to have their worst game in the playoffs. So, the regular season, as far as I'm concerned, they're in already in the playoffs. You probably can confirm that, but these guys, I just don't see them slowing down, and the teams that can slow them down, like Mexico City did tonight, they just make the clutch plays when they need them, and even without that ridiculous call, that terrible call, let's not forget Tallahassee marched down the field with some amazing catches by Gossett and Wilson to get on top with only 45 seconds left in this game. They just have the ability to do that every time they have the ball, and you can limit them 90% of the game like they did tonight, and they can still win.
What a night. Next up on the Pride schedule is the Atlanta Swarm, who did the impossible earlier today to improve to 5-5. The Aztecs and Swarm are now caught up in a bunch of tiebreakers, and the Indianapolis Red Devils are involved in that as well. 3 teams in the wild card race, all 5-5. Houston is 5-4. The other wild card team, they play tomorrow night at Vancouver, who's desperately trying to move up the standings. For Stephen Mullinex, I am Cameron Irvine. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League Fan Night, presented by APM Music. Once again, your final score: the Tallahassee Pride 17, the Mexico City Aztecs 16, as Cole Varner misses a 57-yard field goal short as time expires. It's been a great night. Thank you all for your continued support. Week 10 continues tomorrow night. Adios from Mexico.
Dilly dilly.